Jess here, just with some reminders / pointers for teachers new to PalFish. These are not any groundbreaking type things. These are things that pretty much all current PalFish teachers know about, but something that some of them did take me some time to figure out, and so I want to share them with you as they are things that I have sort of come across with some of the teachers that I have helped bring on board, and I want to make sure that I get them out to you as well. So the first thing that I think is a huge helper when it comes to PalFish. When you have students, you will find that most of your students' names are written in Chinese. I don't know about you. There are some teachers on PalFish who can read Chinese. I cannot. It also makes it very difficult to know if I've had a student before just by seeing their name pop up on my schedule. When you go to a student's profile, you can click the 3 dots at the top of their profile, and I will show you this here. And you will get a drop down that says Set Alias. When you click on that, you can choose any alias that you would like for that student, as this will only be visible to you. Now, what I have done since day one is renamed every student with their first name and a star. Not only does this ensure that I am saying their name correctly, that I am remembering their name, well, not remembering, it's there for me, but that star shows me I have had this student before. Because you will find that some students do have their names in English, and so just putting it in English doesn't give you quite enough. But by putting their name in English, you are remembering their name, it's there for you, you can refer to them right away. And then by having that star, I know that I've had this student before. I'm not going to start by saying, it's so nice to meet you, but instead, it's so nice to see you again, or something along those lines. So that's number one. Huge thing that has helped me a lot, and I think has helped form relationships with my students. The next one is sending a message to students after lessons. Whether it be a trial lesson or an official kids course student who you have or haven't had before, I send a message to all of my students in their chat after class. You, of course, do their review where you put their stars and you give a reflection of the lesson. I always send that to them in a message. Now, many teachers will tell you it's not necessary, and it's not, but I like to do it just so that they see something coming from me, in another place. And then I will also send either a great job picture, a picture with me that says great job today, maybe a character that I know they like, but something to just sort of say, hey, good job today. I'm looking forward to having you in class again. Next one is something that is useful in classes. So with PalFish, we have this really great feature of being able to write on the board, both as teachers and students. This feature is amazing and is used very often, but you will find that some students have a little too much fun with those pens. If you are in a class and you have this situation where a child wants to scribble, you might erase, and that child will scribble again. You can simply click on that child's picture and you will get the option to disable their pen. Now, there is going to likely come a time where you want them to use their pen. You simply click on the picture again, enable pen, and you can easily go back and forth as you see fit. The next one is changing trial levels. You may often find that you get a student for a trial and that the lesson is either too easy or too hard, and I have been in both of these situations. It's important that you are able to adjust the level to meet that student's needs so that you don't feel like they're floundering, you're floundering, or a little bit of both. So you can easily do this as well by clicking on the student's picture, there's a little eye on their picture, and changing their level. You can only change one level at a time. If a student starts maybe 2 levels too high, you can simply bump them down and then bump them down again, and that would be okay. So you have your alias, sending messages, disabling pens, changing your trial levels. The last thing that I want to share is about moments. The really great thing that I love about PalFish is the social aspect, both sending those messages, having that moments newsfeed to really connect with your students and their families. Posting moments can be about anything. I post educational moments, I post moments about my family, I post moments about just about everything. And this is something that is really beneficial for teachers, and I think is a great way to engage students and to show students who you are through a simple post. I like to translate everything. Another thing that many teachers will say you don't have to do, some teachers might even suggest not doing it just to be careful with that translation because you want to make sure that it is working. There was one time where one of my translations was a little off. Someone told me and I changed it right away. Since then, I take the Chinese translation and then I just put it back in to do the Chinese to English, make sure that it's correct. If there's anything that sounds a little funky, I'll change it, and then I make sure that it's fixed. Now, like I said, many teachers will say that they do not do this, that you don't need to do it, and again, you don't. I feel personally that it shows that we are taking one extra step out of our way to show who our audience is, and that is our students and their families. And so that's why I do translate everything, just for that extra piece. So I hope that you found these helpful, and thank you so much for watching.